ensure that every voter who has been accredited cast their votes today. Even if it means bringing out the floodlights, we have enough security on ground to ensure that everything goes very smoothly.
Sounds interesting. From the places you covered previously and where you are now, is there any talk anywhere, especially after the announcement that yes, where the corridor fails, you can resort to manual voting?
No, in fact, they were quite excited about that as well. But they were very keen, instead of, taking the manual option, to use the card reader. So that kind of slowed down the process a little bit, especially somewhere in Idejuleki, where we're able to, witness the process at polling unit 002. They were very, excited about the fact that they were going to use the card reader. So the option of using, the manual method was not even an option for them at all. They brought out buckets of water, soap, sanitizers, anything that would make sure that they were able to use, the card reader and, have their
I guess they still had a leftover of the sanitizers.
From the Ebola period.
But how did they handle the rain, or did it rain there at all today?
Oh, yes, it did. We left there. We left Efe, went to Ibejuleki, and then, came to Anthony. So the rains really, really came down here in Anthony, and everybody, stood their ground. So, like I said, the rain came, they got wet, now the sun is out, and everybody's getting dry. They were really, really interested in and, keen to make sure that this process was actually followed through. Everybody, young and old, especially the old. That's another thing I need to really quickly point out. We had a lot of elderly, semi-elderly people coming out to ensure that, they go through with this process. We also had some of those physically challenged people as well coming out to ensure that they cast their votes. It's really, really an eye-opener for us that everybody is really interested in making sure that this process goes through.
Well done, Harriet. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Chamberlain.
Incidentally, I just came from Anthony, and that's the polling unit where INEC officials did not show up until past 1, and then when they did, they moved the unit to another unit, combined 2 units. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the unit she's talking about, because then it was 2 units combined to 1, so that would increase the number. Yeah.
Let's look at the issue of the passion. She talked about the fact that the electorate were not even interested in using the manual method. They wanted to use the card reader. But besides that, standing under the rain, in the midst of it all, come rain, come shine.
I mean, the second thing that comes close to that in this country is football. When they're watching football, they don't mind the rain.
Yeah. So what does this passion exhibited by the electorate, what does it have to say about this election?
If I may comment, again, Anthony, when I was coming, it was raining seriously, and there were people queuing up. Some had little umbrellas, some had raincoats, but there were people there queuing up at this unit that I passed. And what does that say about the passion? This election is probably the most intense election that Nigeria has ever had. People are so invested in it, for or against whichever party. And one of the people I spoke with earlier today, she said that she got ready, had her big heart because she thought it was going to be very sunny, and went there, she said, I am staying there until I cast my vote. She said in 2011, because of logistics issues, she couldn't vote, and therefore whatever has happened to this government, she's not accountable for it. She doesn't take any blame, but this one, she said, she has to make sure that she casts her vote. So I hear a whole lot of that, people just saying, they want to make their vote count. They want to see the outcome of this election either way. So I think that is it. Just, and then in recent weeks, the temperature, as it were, of this election has gone really high. So people are really, really hot either way. I mean, depending, regardless of what parties are supporting. So they will do whatever it takes today to make sure that they vote, which is why postponing or cancelling or postponing till tomorrow is not even an option. Okay. I have a feeling that people will wait till midnight to cast their vote.
Prof, you were saying something about coming out at 10 a.m. and the whole polling unit was empty.
Yeah, definitely. From studies, there's an Afrobarometer study that shows that Africans and Nigerians are committed to the democratic process. And don't forget that since 1999, we'll be having elections. And Nigerians have come to the realization that, look, you can't be nonchalant towards the electioneering processes, because at the end of the day, you can't blame whatever is the outcome. So more and more people have seen that election is key, and we have to commend the civil society for bringing voter education and awareness. I had opportunity of, being a resource person for the Nigerian Bar Association and voter education about people having an understanding the importance of your vote. So we see that more and more voter education at all levels, in the marketplace, in all the places of human endeavor, have brought this galvanization of the voters in wanting to be part of the process and making sure that their votes count. With respect to the people who are saying that they are going to stay there until the votes are counted, I think that is in conformity with the pronouncement of the INEC chairman, that come what may, everybody on the queue must be allowed to vote. You cannot say that voting has closed and disenfranchise people. So basically, I believe there are people who stayed there till some late hours to make sure that their votes are counted.
Okay, let's flip over to Benin, where Osaze is. Hello, Osaze. What's the latest information about those who have gone to vote today?
Good afternoon, Chamberlain. How are you doing? Hello, Chamberlain. Good afternoon. Hello? Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. Let me start with the weather. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous here in Benin today. It's been a bright, sunny day, and because of that, the turnout of voters was quite impressive. But the issue of the card readers also played out here in Edo State. A similar issue that played out at Otuoke earlier in the day, with Mr. President and his wife having some issues with accreditation with the card reader, also played out at Iyamo, which happens to be the hometown of the Edo State Governor, Adams Oshomole. He had issues with getting his card accredited using the card reader. That took a while. Another card reader was brought in. Eventually it worked, and he was accredited. Now, we're also told that one of the polling units in that area, the accreditation was done entirely manually because the card reader there would not work. But back here in Benin, the card readers have not done so badly. It's been, in terms of the overall picture, the card readers have not done so badly here at all. We have reports that the Chairman Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Tony Aneni, has concluded his voting, and he's asked people to have faith in the process, and also that there was no need for people to hang around and see how the votes will be counted.
Is there anywhere where voting started late, and as such, they have to extend the period of accreditation for them?
Yeah, absolutely. The polling center where the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Chief John Odige Oyegum, the voting is about to begin. They didn't have result sheets earlier on. The result sheets, as a matter of fact, came in at about 3:45. That's how late they got their result sheets, and of course, they couldn't start voting until the result sheets came through.
All right, Osaze, thank you very much indeed. We'll come back to you just to get more updates in the course of the program in here today. Thank you. Well, Professor Yuwa, speaking about compliance, in those areas now where they have to resort to manual voting, does a question of the integrity of the process arise at all?
Well, I think the Electoral Act accommodates both the card reader and this manual process. So once the process is in conformity with the Electoral Act, the issue of the integrity of the process is resolved by that particular provision of the law.
Okay, because some will wonder if you're supposed to have card readers, and then now you have to just go over to manual voting. So that means those who perhaps wanted to try, they could use the fake PVCs, may go ahead and give it a shot.
Well, I think you have to clarify. You cannot transit to manual without first going through the process of the card reader.
No, in cases where the card readers don't function.